Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Look, I'm the early one this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I know folks are like, wait a minute, is she there already? Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning. Maybe folks are getting ready for their Palm Sunday. They got to get to the church house. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. RG is on. Good morning, Soul Trust RG. Wabla. Good morning. Good morning, Pastor Byron over here on YouTube. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in the room. Come on in the space. Good morning. If you are over here on Facebook, I invite you to click like and share right now. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Kim Vini, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Chayla. Good morning, Carm. Good morning. Good morning, E.I. Renee. Good morning. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning to the crew. Good morning. Come on and tag the people. Unless my algorithm is just way down in the bottom on this morning. Engage with this. Good morning and good morning. Engage. I'm gonna give folks a few minutes to get on and because I'm excited. Y'all know why I'm excited. Cause it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. It is Palm Sunday and it is my birthday. Ashe. Yes, it is. It's my birthday and I'm super excited about it. Already, for those of you who be heading into the clearing, this right after this, I can't wait to tell you what has already happened this morning. What has already happened this morning? Good morning. Good morning. If you've not already shared this or liked it, please do so now and wake your friends up. I think folks are still asleep. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Angelo from Angel of New York. Hey, birthday. Happy birthday to you too. Happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday. Let's see. A lot of people go over to YouTube now. Good morning, Nicole Denise. Good morning, Lawanda. Good morning, Miranda. Good morning, Tawana. Good morning, Tamil. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to each of you. This week's announcements. It's my birthday. That's the announcement. It's my birthday. That's my announcement. And I am super, 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 super grateful. I woke up this morning um, just so reflective and thoughtful. And the words of the Kurt Carr song, For Every Mountain, just flowing from me. So many things I could say. Um, just grateful to think that 3 years ago, I was dying and did not know it. Like I was on my way. I was dying, like physically. And I'm sure this is why they call diabetes a silent killer. Was dying. A1C at 18, glucose at 1200. Was in Jamaica at RG's place, dying, had no clue. I am super reflective today, just as I think the journey that I've been on physical healing, but really emotional, spiritual, and just mental health wise that affects how we show up physically. I posted this last week, but when I went to the doctor the week before last, my A1C is down to 6.6, losing some weight, some emotional and mental weight that affects my ability to drop physical weight. And it's just another day's journey. And I'm glad about it. Ashe, I'm glad about it. So I just want to say thank you. I am super weepy this morning, super just in all the feels. And so for those of you who are coming on, for those of you especially, because we do get some super saints that move throughout here, and we love y'all. We appreciate you, who are looking for tradition. I don't think you come to PRC if you're looking for tradition, although I value tradition, and it has its place. I don't think you come here if you're looking for that. And so while folk, we're getting ready to move into Holy Week, I acknowledge it. But y'all, it's my birthday. Period. Like that's the celebration for me today. And so I'm super excited. I'm going to get my hold on, y'all know I'm producing at the same time. Mm. All right, there we go. I am so excited to have friends, more than friends, to have family. For the past month, or for the past 3 Sundays, we have invited others to join us in our on our digital pulpit, in our digital hush harbor, to engage with us. And it is a beautiful model, in the words of President Candace Lewis, president of Gammon Theological Seminary, who said, I love this model of preservation for you, for us, and I do too. For the past year or so, I and others have been working closely with Mama Itihari on a sacred memory project that is funded by the Lilly Endowment, and that is administered through McCormick Theological Seminary. We have long been engaging in sacred memory. However, the funding has just come, and we've been doing this work. And central to that work is restoring. Restoring is not simply about retelling a story or telling it differently, but restoring is about decolonizing our imagination. Can we decolonize our imagination enough to restore ourselves and or the story, so that we release it from a hegemonic narrative, from an oppressive narrative? Can we decolonize our imagination enough that we know and or understand that not only are we sacred texts, because of our own divinity, that we have the ability to divine, Ashe, to divine, and to call forth a different interpretation of a text. So we've been doing that work formally for a year, but we've been doing that work also for many years. And I'm really, 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 really glad to say that I have a community. I have several communities. And one of them that you hear me say is the Soul Trust. Now, you all really do know the Soul Trust. Let me tell you why you know it. Because they preach with me often. I often cite the Soul Trust when I'm preaching. I might say, according to the Soul Trust, because I might reach out to in this group chat and say, hey, what y'all think about this? What y'all think about that? We have known each other for many, many years now, going back to the 99s and the 2000s. uh, um, and I met this brother that is Baba, that is Griot, that is friend, that is elder, in the black, I think it was in the Black Church Studies office, or at least with the Reverend Dr. Alton B. Pollard the third, who was my professor then and is now my colleague. Get into that. Like, that whole trajectory. And one of the gifts, one of the many gifts, one of the way that wisdom comes through this brother is through his ability to restore. And I accidentally, when I was dropping in the chat yesterday, letting community members know that he was going to be here, instead of typing his name the way it's spelled, right, WRIGHT, I put WRITE. And when I look back at it, I was like, there's a name. Mike writes. Uh-huh. Yeah, there it is, right? And so another one of our Soul Trust brothers, Melvin Bray, who wrote the book Better, talks about how we have the capacity to tell better stories. That the culprit, if you will, of a lot of our church hurt and a lot of what we experience at the hand of toxic theology is based on misinterpretation and our inability to tell better stories of the text. And so he provides for us the mandate that we must tell better stories. Y'all, I'm really excited and proud and happy to bring to this digital space, to our digital platform, my friend, my colleague, my comrade, and all of the above. As it's not just him, it's the Soul Trust who's here on the chat. I see them in the chat. I see, David Hooker. I see Ronnie Galvin. I'm sure our friend Lewis is somewhere around here. And so I'm just really grateful to bring him. And the invitation for you today is to listen and to hear that this will not be your traditional um, uh, uh, Palm Sunday message, but this is an opportunity of restoring, of listening with new ears, of releasing yourselves of an imagination that has been trapped in a linear way of thinking, but inviting you to step in, to think, to hear, to listen. So wherever you are, I know some of you listen while you're walking, some of you listen while you're driving, some of you are in a stationary place. I want you to really just, if you can, pause yourself and take yourself where we are about to go. So I'm super excited to bring to the stage my good comrade, my soul trust. He and his wife Tasha, my good sis, have been such a strong foundation for our family. They have been present in the time of need. They have celebrated with us. They have cried with us. They have answered when we have called. And I want you to know, I'm saying this in front of everybody, how much I love you all, how much we love the rights and appreciate you. And so I am going to take myself out of the frame so that you can engage. I invite you all, if you to engage in the chat as we usually do. And afterwards, before we go to the clearing, if you have a few questions that you want to just type in the chat. But I want to invite you to just go with us for a few secs, Ashe. All right, to the griot. It's on you,
Good,
friend.
good morning, sister daughter. Thank you for the invite. Happy birthday. As I said to you earlier, I celebrated into the darkness of the night with a good friend of ours, Maoli, and his birthday, and woke up at the crack of dawn to celebrate with you and the PRC family. I'm usually in the background. I don't always ask questions, but I am extremely honored to have been invited. I'm extremely proud of you, Melva, and Derek, and the girls, and just how you do life. And I'm grateful to be part of that. Um, I have been writing short stories for a long time. I made a trip to Ghana last year, and the portals opened, and I've been just seeing some stories in a different way. And I want you to just engage with me for a minute in the process that I do in the morning. And if you would just kind of center yourselves a little bit, and we're going to take a couple of deep breaths just to become present with each other. So close your eyes if you want. If you can't, just breathe with me. And we're going to inhale on three. One, two, three. And release. And another deep breath in. One, two, three. And release. And a breath to quiet the noise and to bring us into our time together. One, two, three. and release. I trust my divine intuition to guide my creative process. I seek spiritual authenticity as the center of my expression. I will use my creativity to transform perceptions and uplift my people. Tell them we are rising. And I want to venerate an ancestor very quickly. I want to lift up Baba Ernest Gregory. For those in Atlanta, and for those who know me, know that I'm a big Atlanta Jazz Festival person. This is Jazz Month, and we're getting ready to go into Jazz Month. And Ernest Gregory was the voice of the Jazz Festival for those 40 years and passed on and became an ancestor last year. He was a great photographer. One of the joys of my life was to look on my Instagram and see a comment on a photo I took, and Miss Brother Gregory said, "Now you're a photographer." And so we lift him up. Ashe.
Ashe.
So I want you to just come with me in your imagination, if you want to close your eyes like you did when you were a child hearing a story. And we are traveling with our brother to Jerusalem. And this is the Palm and the Empire. And the people danced and sang. He had left Bethany and the peace of time spent with friends, only to arrive to a loud celebration in Jerusalem. Palms waved like flags in the wind, brushed his ankles. Cloaks covering the ground, laid down like a royal carpet for a king. Children sang, women wept, men shouted his name, and the people danced. And he, riding on a donkey, in the quietness of his mind, could only hear the grinding gears of empire. As he rides through the crowd, he recognizes the youthful faces and the etched brown faces of brothers and sisters familiar. In the crowd, he sees the ones who call themselves disciples and those whom he calls disciples. His mother, Mary, his brothers, James, Joseph, Simon, and Jude, Jairus, Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, the Phoenician woman. And the children sang and the women wept. The men shouted his name and the people danced. His eyes, tired and knowing he was riding a road already bloodied by prophets, in the quietness of his mind, he begins to look backwards and forwards through the rhythm of time. He could see beyond this moment, and he was remembering and seeing. He was remembering and seeing. Remembering coming up out of the water with new resolve. Remembering the sister who was one stone away from death. Remembering the brother lowered through the roof, paralyzed and desperate. The tenseness of the room when he said, "Your sins are forgiven." Remembering the hemorrhaging woman who touched him in secret. The brother lame at the pool in Bethesda walking home. The sister at the well, shunned and 5 times married. Remembering Lazarus, wrapped in death, stumbling into sunlight. He remembered touching skin that no one else would touch, speaking to people no one else would see, healing on days when healing was forgiven, feeding the hungry when the powerful called it chaos. And then he leaned forward through time towards comrades in faith that would devote their lives and even lose their lives challenging empire. He sees them as clearly as he sees Jerusalem, but he also sees that empire won't ever let their truth go unanswered.
Mm.
Empire won't let Malcolm walk free after he saw the shift in the wind. Empire won't let Medgar reach his own front door. Empire won't let Martin survive the mountaintop. Empire won't let Fannie Lou Hamer speak without bruises. Let Fred Hampton live past 21. Empire won't let Claudette, Asada, Huey, Coretta, Mumia, or Ella stand tall without pressing back with the full weight of its power against their backs. And he sees those who will come beyond them, way into time. And he sees them in that moment when they know that greater works than he will they do, and whom at some time during their journey would come to know what he knows now, that love spoken out loud makes enemies,
Mm.
that truth costs more than lies ever earn, that when you stand and refuse to bow to power, you place your body on the altar of significant consequence, that even in death you must stand,
Mm.
you must speak, you must march, you must fight. And he looked ahead to Jerusalem, the city where prophets go to die.
Mm.
And he knew. He knew the cheers would fade. He knew the palms would dry. He knew the same mouths that sang his name would soon cry out, "Crucify him," because Rome was watching, because the temple was uneasy, because empire doesn't fear swords, it feels truth, truth wrapped in love. And he returned to this moment. The palms brushed his ankles, and the cloaks covered the ground like royal carpet. But he knew he was fighting a powerful challenger, and that in the fight, there were others ready to tap in. And the children sang, and the women wept, and the men shouted his name, and the people danced.
Mm. Ashe. Ashe.
For you, my sis.
Ashe. 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 I think the folks are like, we want more. I think I mean, there are, I almost don't want to talk after this sacred reading, and head over to the clearing. What we have just experienced was something so holy. Um, the sacred in our midst. the radical imagination. And so, if you all have a question about this process, a question for the griot, you can go ahead and put it in our chat, and I will. But I'm gonna pull up. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm gonna pull up some pieces that just oh, just wait, my God. Woo! It's the freeing and the relevance and the context of the reframe. I don't know if you could go back. I know you have it in front of you, but can you go back to, and if you don't mind, can you go back just before and read into the part about, but they wouldn't let Malcolm and they wouldn't let Claudette. Can you go back there
Sure.
and like start just before then and just take us back just all the way out and again, please.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Then leaning forward through time towards comrades in faith that would devote their lives and even lose their lives challenging empire, he sees them. He sees them as clearly as he sees Jerusalem, but he also sees that empire won't ever let their truth go unanswered. Empire won't let Malcolm walk free after he saw the shift in the wind. Empire won't let Medgar reach his own front door. Empire won't let Martin survive the mountaintop. Empire won't let Fannie Lou Hamer speak without bruises or let Fred live past 21. Empire won't let Claudette, Asada, Huey, Claretta, Mumia, or Ella stand tall without pushing back with the full weight of their power pushed against their backs. He sees beyond them, way into time, and he sees the moment when they know that they will do greater works than his, and whom at some time during their journey will come to know what he knows now, that love spoken out loud makes enemies,
Mm.
that truth costs more than lives will ever earn, that when you stand and refuse to bow to power, you place your body on the altar of significant consequence, that even near death, you must stand, you must speak, you must march, and you must fight.
Woo! Even near death, you must. And that's the triumphant entry.
As as I was thrashing this out with some of the soul trusts, um, one one said, I was asked, "So what's the good news?" And I kind of pondered it, and then he said, "You know what? It doesn't have to be good news because this is hell week. This is hell week. We trying to get to the resurrection. This is hell week." Um,
My
yeah.
God. My God.
And so I don't know the questions, but I'll share this bit.
Well,
Is
there is one question it from RG. Why those people who Jesus remembered?
um, I think if you want to talk about the people that, so you have to imagine with me that Jesus is looking through time backwards and looking through time forwards.
Mhm.
As he's looking backwards, I think he is um, reflecting on the work of the Most High through him and the allies that he made doing that work.
Mhm.
When he's looking forward, the names that I called um, are important brothers and sisters that we leave out a lot, um, who, even in their commitment to either lose their lives or devote their lives, were ready to tap in on the next part of the journey, right? It's like
Mhm.
wrestling.
Mhm.
Somebody got to be ready to tap in when the other one's tired.
Mhm.
Somebody's got to be ready to tap in when one goes down. And
Mhm.
so that's the reason why I picked those. Um, and and I was appreciative of RG pushing me. He's asking a question that he's already knows the answer to because we pushed each other through. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
but in my process, because I realized, I think I shared with you, um, Melva, that I had been writing these stories a lot, and I realized that I had written them. I had written these stories, and they were out of sequence. So I had written one um, about the Passion. I had written one about the Garden of Gethsemane. I had written one, First Minute of a New Day, Jesus inside the tomb, waking up. So when you said, "Would you mind trying to do something on the palm?" I was like, that was the missing piece for the Lenten season. The other thing is, I tried to find, um, I think Riggins Earl used to call a fertile ground, that space in text
Mhm.
when there's a space for creativity because it's not written down, but it probably makes sense that this might have been going on. So
Mm.
that's my process
Woo!
for these kinds of stories. For the other short stories I write, I usually come up with the ending and then work towards the beginning and then just character development a little bit. So that's my process there. And, just kind of rethinking what crabs in a barrel means, what the first minute of a new day is, um, what time and aging mean. Those are the kind of things I've been writing about. And it might be because of my age too, and now the way I look back at things, but that's a little bit about my process.
Mike, I'm trying to like bring it in and I'm trying not to, the Garden of Gethsemane has piqued my interest, y'all. Just FYI. If he feel like it, he got a moment. I just, it has piqued my interest. There's so many comments in the chat. I'm just gonna read some of them. One that you said that truth costs more than lives will ever earn.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna spout the ones off that I see that have come up just for our collective hearing. Yes, Irie says Baba Wright illustrated through those names the cost of camaraderie with Jesus. Full part, y'all. Full part that there is a cost to this. There is a cost to the recognition that when empire recognizes who you're with. Mhm. Because as he just shared with us that empire won't ever let their truth go unanswered. If this does not compel you as you are moving into this hell week, if
Mhm.
this does not compel us to really, really kind of resituate this very individualized understanding and or praxis of the Christian tradition beyond sort of piety and this personal piety, if this does not compel us to move fully into communal and radical responsibility to resituate as we are walking towards, as we are bloodied and bludgeoned and wounded and so heavy, as we are moving our way, that on next Sunday, when we get to this empty tomb, that even the empty tomb is not solely, I'm not saying it's not for, but it's not solely for individual resurrection, for certainly we all need to be resurrected. But this walking sort of through the muck and through the mire, this trudging this path, and you presenting Jesus as an embodiment of Sankofa, right? That in this moment, he is the Sankofa bird, that he is the bird whose head is looking backwards with the earth or the history in its mouth, right? With its body looking forward.
Mhm.
Um, Comrades in faith who would lose their lives.
Mhm.
It is the invitation to see one another, not just, oh, this is my brother in the Lord, this is my sister, but to see one another as comrades, because what was understood was that this was war. Dr. Nakia Robert, in her work, The Abolitionist Sanctuary, today has invited folk to name this Sunday as Abolitionist Sunday, and with the goal to repair, restore, rebuild. And she has invited folks to engage in this abolitionist call to action, inviting pastors and faith leaders to draft this abolitionist centered liturgy. And I think we've already heard it, like we've already done it, saying in her words that this Hosanna, Hosanna for her is really blessed be the name of the Lord, is a political statement. And to the griot, you have shared this with us. You have shared this, with us. I don't know if y'all, I'm about to just go to the clearing because it's so much more I want to say, but it's so sacred, right? That I love y'all. If you want to be a part of the clearing, say, hey, drop me the link. It's our subscription community, and we'll drop it to you. This conversation needs to be held, though, in the Hush Harbor, because, and wait, can we back, let us back all the way up to the affirmations. I trust my divine intuition to guide my creative process. Do you say that every time?
There are there are a few that I say often in rotation, and these are ones I hold when I'm going into the cave to be creative. This is how I get to that space.
Ashe. Well, the people are okay asking for it again. Mike, right? I'm gonna be respectful of your time, though. I'm sitting
So,
here.
my sister, whatever you need me to do, I do.
Okay, hold
It's
on.
your
Let me.
birthday.
It's my
Light on.
birthday. Dr. Jamie says, I'm sitting with the grief that Jesus is sitting with for himself. I'm sitting with the grief that Jesus is sitting with for himself, but also for those who would choose to be his comrades throughout time, because Jesus knows empire won't let them do their work without bruising. Woo! Woo! Hold on, Mike. I'm just going through grabbing the comments. Soul Trust Brother Hooker said, brilliant, beautiful, powerful, poetic. Mm,
I say,
hold on. Mm, mm. The remembering, the restarting. And Tasha says, this is the first year in, dang, the remembering, the restarting. She says, just wow. This is the first year in my life that Palm Sunday has ever been restored like this. Thank you. In her 50 years of life. Hmm.
remembering and seeing, right?
Mm-hmm.
remembering and seeing. That's that futuristic piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Y'all, my Baba Mike has said that it's my birthday. Some of you are saying you want to hear it again. I know some of you are just coming on. You want to hear it again. Um, you want to hear this again? I'm really intrigued on this Garden of Gethsemane. I'm intrigued on that, but I want to be. I'm selfish. I don't want to. Excuse me. Maybe I am, but I don't want to be is what I meant to say. But maybe I meant to say I'm selfish. I don't want to be selfish, and I, am not gonna. Oh, hold on. Baba Lewis is in here. Said, read it again and let this sacred medicine wash over us. Ashe. That's it. Mike, can you read it again?
Okay.
Ashe. The Baba has spoken. Read it again. So hold on one second. For those of you who are just joining, this is our collective communal Baba Griot, the community griot, the village griot, Michael J. Wright, who is taking us on a sacred journey of restoring the triumphant entry. It is an invitation for you to pause and to listen with your whole body, to be present, Ashe. Right, Sora Deborah, this is for you. So I invite you now to wherever you are to take your posture. And when he finishes, I may take a few moments just to read the comments, but I'm probably going to be silent. And then I'll end us and we'll head on over to the clearing. Baba Lewis, I'll send you the link in case you want to come through, but really no pressure. Okay, Ashe. Go ahead, brother. I'm going to take myself out the frame. One second. Let me get myself out. Actually, I'm going to keep my. No, it's not about me. Okay. All right, go ahead, Mike.
Mm. I trust my divine intuition. The palm and the empire, and the people danced and sang. He left Bethany in the peace of time spent with friends, only to arrive to the loud celebration in Jerusalem. Palms waved like flags in the wind, brushed his ankles. Cloaks covered the ground, laid down like royal carpet for a king. Children sang, women wept, men shouted his name, and the people danced. He, riding on a donkey, in the quietness of his mind, could only hear the grinding gears of empire. As he rides through the crowd, he recognizes the youthful and time etched brown faces of brothers and sisters. In the crowd, he sees the ones who call themselves disciples and those whom he called disciples. His mother, Mary, his brothers, James, Joseph, Simon, and Jude, Jazareth, Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, and the Phoenician woman. And the children sang, and the women wept, and the men shouted his name, and the people danced. His eyes, tired and knowing, he was riding into a road already bloodied by prophets. And in the quietness of his mind, he begins to look backwards and forwards through the rhythm of time. He could see beyond this moment. He was remembering and seeing. He was remembering and seeing. Remembering coming up out of the water with new resolve. Remembering the sister who was one stone away from death. Remembering the brother lowered through the roof, paralyzed and desperate. Remembering the tenseness in the room when he said, "Your sins are forgiven." Remembering the hemorrhaging woman who touched him in secret. The brother lame at the pool in Bethesda walking home. The sister at the well, shunned, 5 times married. Remembered Lazarus, wrapped in death and then stumbling into sunlight. He remembered touching skin that no one would touch. speaking to people that no one else would see, healing on days when healing was forbidden, feeding the hungry when the powerful called it chaos, then leaning forward, seeing through time, towards comrades in faith that would devote their lives and even lose their lives challenging empire. He sees them. He sees them as clearly as he sees Jerusalem, but he also sees that empire won't ever let their truths go unanswered.
Mm.
Empire won't let Malcolm walk free after he sees the shift in the wind. Empire won't let Medgar reach his own front door. Empire won't let Martin survive to the mountaintop. Empire won't let Fannie Lou Hamer speak without bruises. Let Brother Fred Hampton live past 21. Empire won't let Claudette, Asada, Huey, Claretta, Mumia, Ella stand tall without pushing back with the full weight of their power. And then he sees beyond them, way into time.
Mm.
And he sees them in the moment when they know that they will do greater works than his,
Mm.
and whom at some time during their journey would come to know what he knows now. That love, spoken out loud, makes enemies. That truth costs more than lives will ever earn. That when you stand and refuse to bow to power, you place your body on the altar of significant consequence. That even near death, you must stand, you must speak, you must march, you must fight. He looked at the city ahead,
Mm.
Jerusalem, where prophets go to die, and he knew that the cheers would fade, that the palms would dry, and that the same mouths that sang his name would soon cry out, "Crucify him," because Rome was watching, because the temple was uneasy, because the empire doesn't fear swords. It fears truth wrapped in love. So he returns to this moment, and the palms brushed his ankles, and the cloaks covered the ground like royal carpet. But he knew he was fighting a powerful challenger, and that in that fight, there were others ready to tap in. And the children sang, and the women wept, and the men shouted his name, and the people danced.
And the people danced. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo.
Asheo.
We thank you, Creator. We thank you to the mothers, to Olodumare, the ultimate supreme being, to Olorun, the owner of heaven, to Chukwu, the great spirits, to Nzambi Mpungu, nothing is greater than, and known by many other names. For what our ears have heard, for the sensations that our body is experiencing, for the revealing and the revelation that has come forth, that even near death we must fight. Even near death of so much of what our community has fought for, even near the death of mass deportations, we must fight. Even near death of institutions that were developed for the common good, even near death, we must fight. That this kind of camaraderie will ultimately put us at risk and put us in the crosshairs of empire. But looking ahead, the great sage ends his restoring with, and the people danced. As we enter into this week, into this moment, into this period of reflection, we do so knowing that we take many with us, that there are those who have gone before us. Bless our elder, our Baba, our griot, our friend. We give thanks for his imagination and the decolonizing of his imagination. We give thanks for him being a portal. We give thanks for the way that spirit rests, the beauty of Oshun and the iron that sharpens of Ogun. We thank you for the clarity of Obatala. We give thanks for the revolutionary witness in our elder sibling, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus, the one who comes and came to provide for us another way. For his disciples, Mary, the Black Madonna, we give you thanks. For even in the midst of this, we are reminded that we must fight, and fight we will. Thank you for this reafrientation. Thank you for this recall. Thank you for this moment of reordering. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this revival, this collective revival in our spirits, to remind us that even in hell, mm, not to get weary, that the triumphant entry is being liberated from the fear of death, even when we know what's ahead, because we believe and we know that collectively we have the ability to be raised again. And that as long as we call the names of the community, we will always remain. For this we give thanks. Together we say, Amen and Ashe. Friends, we are headed over into the clearing. I didn't see anybody who requested the subscription link. So I'm just gonna say thank you to our dear Sage and Griot, Mike J. Wright, Ashe. He has the link. He's welcome to come if he wants to, but also he is not. It's Sunday morning, Ashe, and y'all know how we be commandeering people's time. So I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for the honor, for blessing me on my solar return as I enter this year. I am so grateful for you. The words that you have spoken into my spirit have revived me, have restored me, and have reminded me of the power of camaraderie and the power of community. I love you big and I love you deep, and I give you thanks. Y'all, I see y'all in the clearing.